Hi, good morning, Emily. How are you doing today? So I spent some time before our meeting today going through all the paperwork and all the forms that you had filled out prior to our first session. And I see that a couple months back you were in a car accident, and a couple months after that you were diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It looks like prior to the accident you were not having trouble with any symptoms that you're experiencing now, and you were functioning fine and you were satisfied, and now you seem to be having pain and fatigue and sleep disturbances, and these are some things you would like to address in your OT sessions. That you're feeling frustrated, that you can't get as much done as you used to, that you need more help, that you have to ask more, and you don't feel as independent. And in today's telehealth session, we are going to address some of the issues that you brought up, and I will give you some activities, exercises to do at home to address the pain. So the 4 areas of pain that we'll be addressing today is your upper back pain, your wrist pain, your shoulder pain, and also endurance, just being able to complete an activity and get through it without getting exhausted halfway through. So I will demonstrate all 4 exercises for you. I will show you how you can do them at home, and I will also give you a little bit of a harder version to do once you're getting more comfortable doing the basic level. Exercise I'm going to show you is for your upper back pain that you're feeling up here. So I'm going to have you stand about a foot, maybe up to 2 feet, but I would say begin with about a foot away from the wall and place your hands on the wall in front of you, a little wider than your shoulders. Now during this movement, you want to make sure your back remains straight so that you're not using muscles in other areas or bending out of form and you're causing back pain either mid or lower back. So again, your hands are going to be shoulder width apart, and what you're going to do is you're going to lean in towards the wall and then push yourself back out. So lean in towards the wall and push yourself back out. And I would say do this 10 times. After 10 times, pause, give yourself a 1 to 2 minute break, and repeat that same exercise again. So you want to do it a total of 2 times, 10 times, take a break, 10 times. And now to grade it up, once that is feeling more comfortable, you can move yourself a little further back. Same thing, you're going to lean in towards your arms and push yourself back. Lean in towards towards the wall, and push yourself back. Again, you want to make sure your posture is staying good, your back is staying straight. You don't want to be using any other parts of your back to do this exercise. Okay, so for this exercise, we're going to be addressing wrist pain. And this exercise, you want to be sitting, you want to be at a table, you could be at a desk, you could be, if you have a narrow table or a bench, that would work. Otherwise, I have my hand propped up on the table by the corner so that my elbow and my wrist are kind of catty corner, because you want your wrist to be hanging over the table. So you want your elbow and your forearm to be supported, you want your wrist hanging over the table so that you can move it freely. So for this exercise, you're going to start with your arm resting, your wrist just straight out, and you want to bring your hand in towards your body as much as you can, and then bend it back out the opposite direction as much as you can. So you're bringing it in towards your body and you're bending it back out. Try as much as you can to keep your arm on the table. You just want to be moving your wrist. So you're keeping your arm flat down, you're moving your wrist, your hand in, bending your wrist in towards your body and then back out. It's better to not lift your hand and bend less than to try to bend more and lift that arm up, because you're going to be using again your forearm, your shoulder. You want that to remain stable and that to not get tight here. It's going to cause more pain because you're doing some small movement, trying to use too much muscle power. So bring your hand in and bend back out. Now that you will do again 10 times on each hand, and then you want to do 3 times. So you do it 10 times, take that 1 to 2 minute break, do it 10 times again. You can either do it all times on one hand, alternate to the other hand, go back and forth. You want to make sure you're doing it three times for each hand. Now to grade this activity up, to make it a little bit more difficult, you're going to want to use a weight. You can use a can. We also have sent you a package with a weight that can be anywhere between 1 and 5 pounds by putting on or taking off the little weight pieces. So you'll put that weight, hold it in your hand, wrap your hands around it, keep your arm in the same position. You want to make sure you have your wrist off the table so you can move it up and down. Have your forearm supported up until your elbow again, and then again bring your wrist up towards your body and then extend it back down, and bring it up towards your body and extend it back down. And this will be the same amount of time. You're going to want to do that 10 times, take that break, and do it again 3 times on each end. Okay, so the next activity we're going to address your endurance. So this is going to be a timed activity rather than an amount, because what we want to do is we want to over time build the time up so you can get to a longer period of time doing that same activity so that you can complete a task. So for this you need 2 balls. For the first level you can use something light like a beach ball, and then as we want to lengthen your endurance, we'll use something heavier, like you can use a soccer ball. It doesn't have to be too hard. We're indoors, so no need for a basketball or anything. A soccer ball is good enough. And you can do this with another person, like catch back and forth, or you can use a wall. So you're going to throw the ball against the wall and catch it. Throw the ball against the wall and catch it. Now to do that, because we're doing for endurance, we want to do it in intervals. So I want you to set a timer for 1 minute. Do this back and forth for the full minute. Take a break and do that again 2 more times. And then when we're ready to grade that up, we're going to lengthen that to 5 minutes and 5 minutes to increase your endurance over time. In addition to lengthening the time, you can switch out the beach ball when that's feeling kind of comfortable for you, and switch that up to a soccer ball or something slightly heavier, something that you have that's slightly heavier. And again, you can throw it against the wall or throw it to a person, and do that for 3-minute intervals and 5-minute intervals. For the last exercise, we're going to address the shoulder complex and the muscles there. And we're going to do something that we do every day, like vacuuming, or every week. And we're going to do, this will be a shoulder movement, just doing a task that you would like to be able to do again. So for the vacuuming task, we'll start off with doing a rug. You can do a rug in a bedroom, you can do a rug in a living room, either just a large rug that has enough space that you have both sides to do and enough length to get across in 10 or more movements. So you'll take that vacuum and you'll start at one end of the rug. You want to run it back and forth, running this. And then slowly move towards the other side of the rug. Something to be careful about is you don't want to be leaning too much forward like that. That's going to put a lot of tension and pressure onto your lower back, and you'll be getting some pain there. You want to really keep this to be just your shoulder movement like that, and move further along the rug rather than reaching further and bending your trunk. And so I want you to get across the rug. You can do it either, again, in this one you can do either in time intervals or amount of movements. So you can do 1 minute across the rug, or you can do those 10 movements to the end of the rug. Give yourself a 1 to 2 minute break, go to the other side of the rug, do the 1 minute or the 10 movements. Now to grade this activity up, to make it a bit more difficult, we're going to do vacuuming for a full room. You want to keep everything the same, make sure your back is staying straight, you're not bending too much forward. That movement is your arm movement, front, back. Just do it in a room, so we're doing more like 25 shoulder movements in a row, taking that 1 to 2 minute break, going to the other side of the room, and doing that same 25 movements again, or you can do 3 minutes and 3 minutes with that break in between. Okay, now that we've gone through all those activities and exercises to do you have any questions for me before we close up with the session? I do want to schedule a follow-up appointment in 2 weeks, and I want you to let me know how these activities are going for you. Are you able to complete them? Are they just how your body feels in them? And if we need to, we will tweak them. If you have any questions in the next 2 weeks before our next session, please email me. I'll answer you within 24 hours. Make sure I get back to you, and that you can keep doing these exercises and see where you're holding next time. Have a great day.